Guys, it's the end of the week here, and I'm always a sucker for a nice cat story. And this is from CNN. I gotta say, sometimes I feel like CNN, they'll just state the most obvious thing about like cats, or I guess probably dogs too. I'm more in tune with the cat articles because a lot of y'all send them to me. But they'll say the most obvious things sometimes about like cats, where like any pet owner would be like, yeah, obviously. But they make it seem like they came up with it first. Like they're just like, when your pet purrs, it's because the cat's happy. Do you know that? But we did a big research study on it. When your cat purrs, that's a good thing. Like everyone's like, yeah, yeah. You know why cats purr, by the way? The main reason cats purr, I'm pretty certain, is because when all kittens are born, they're blind. Like they're blind for a little bit when they're first born. And the mother will purr so that the cat can feel the vibration and hear it so they know where their mom is. So then they get close to their mom and they feel the vibration of the purr. And so they associate that with love and affection and nurturing and food and so forth. So that's why cats purr. Um, so it's nice, like it's when I'm petting. Sometimes whenever I'm worried about Lucy and whenever I'm worried like something might be wrong, I'll like pet her a bunch, and then if she starts purring, I'm like, oh, she's good. She wouldn't be purring if something was wrong. You know. Um, so anyway, check this out. CNN put this out. Your cat's bad behavior might mean they miss you, a study says. No, that's kind of interesting. And whenever I'm on the road and I'm gone for like a longer time than usual, Lucy may leave a present outside the litter box. Sometimes she does that. Sometimes she'll leave a present on a bag or something like that. And it's because she misses me. Yeah, amen to that. If your cat won't stop shredding the toilet paper or urinating on your couch, it could be a result of separation anxiety, a new study suggests. Many studies have observed owner separation problems in dogs, but the same research hasn't been done for cats. Recent studies have found, however, that indoor cats are social and develop bonds with their owners, which means, see, that's the thing where it's like, we didn't need a study for that. Like this sentence right here. Turns out indoor cats, they're social and they like their own. Like, yeah. That's why people have cats, and that's why people love cats. Like, I know cats, they show their affection differently than dogs. Cats and dogs are kind of different. Cats are more independent, can sometimes be a little more standoffish. They're more independent-minded. But in many ways, they are every bit. And my cat in particular, I will say my cat is every bit as affectionate as a dog. She just shows it in a different way, and that's what cats in general do. When your cat's running around at night, they're checking for critters, and that's their way of protecting a household. So the way the way a dog will bark if there's a knock on the door, or the way a dog will kind of like protect you and be territorial, cats don't really do that. But what cats do is they check for predators, or what they deem as predators, which, could be like a fly or something. But either way, they're checking for critters. They're doing a whatever, Anderson Cooper. I don't care what you think. Would you have an opinion on this, Anderson? Did anyone ask you? What do you have to say about this, Anderson? Do you have cats? Do you have cats? Do you probably have too much money to want a cat ever? I don't care what this guy has to add. Do you care what Anderson has to say about this? This isn't about you, Anderson. Go away. Go. Yeah, I showed him. See that? That's just like, oh, if someone's looking at our article for too long, just show a big picture of Anderson Cooper. Yeah, hey, are you still reading? Here's Anderson. Here's a guy from the Vanderbilt family trying to relate to poor people. Isn't that hilarious? Anyway, maybe he might be a big cat guy. I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, cats. And the other thing they do is when they like kind of shove their face in your food, they're actually checking it for you. They're like checking it for you to make sure it's safe for you to eat. Now, I have read all these things, and I just want to believe that they're 110% true. I mean, all these things are out there. I'm not making any of this up. Whether it's true or not, we can't say 100% for certain. We're not inside an animal's head, but I want to believe they're 110% true, and that's just the way it is. Because I'm a cat lover. I have my own bias. All right. So anyway, let's go on to this. All right. So and now owners are staying at home more because of the coronavirus. All right. So to assess separation related issues in our feline companions, researchers gave 130 owners of adult cats in Brazil a questionnaire on their cats' behaviors, interactions, and living environment. Out of 223 cats, 13.5% had at least one separation-related problem, such as destructive behaviors or distressed mental states, challenging the commonly held idea that cats are happy alone. Some people believe that domestic cats are unable to develop an attachment to their caregivers, but this idea was not confirmed by recent studies, showing that these animals can establish bonds with their owners, said study author Aline Cristina Santana, a professor of zoology at Federal University of Juiz de Fora in Brazil. One study suggests these animals might suffer when separated from their attachment figure. And you know what? I will say that Lucy is used to both my wife and myself being home pretty much all the time now. And whenever we go for longer periods of time, which is usually to go grocery shopping or, something else. I mean, we only leave the house to go grocery shopping or to go, just get sunlight, where we go for a run or something like that, or, go to the park. Like sometimes I'll play hurling just to get some exercise and sunlight. And typically we're gone longer if we go shopping. And every now and again, if we're gone longer, I will notice that Lucy is pretty upset. She's stressed out, and she'll get stressed out after a little while. And she gets a little stressed out when we leave, which she typically doesn't do. She's usually used to us both coming and going, but things are a little different now. And she's like, well, you're just here all the time now, like I am. And it's like, well, not necessarily. Other times I feel like she's like, you guys should go for a bit. I miss my alone time some. So there's a little bit of everything going on. Cats are complex creatures. That's what draws a lot of us to them. That's why I love cats. Like they're kind of unique in their personalities. You gotta earn it with cats. You gotta kind of, like they're not just gonna give it to you. Like they're like, well, what do you have? Like what's your deal? I'm a cat. What do you got going on? If the answer's nothing, I'm probably just gonna go over there. But if the answer's something, I mean, we can chat. That's how I feel. That's how I feel cats are, and I like that. I mean, Lucy and I, she found me many years ago, which is true. I was in college, and my roommate was having a cigarette, and he finished a cigarette, and he opened up the door to go back inside, and Lucy, who was a very small kitten at the time, just ran inside and was like, hey, I'm living here. And we were like, cool, welcome. And that's it. And she is still here. And then, when we all parted ways, I kept Lucy, and we've been together ever since. Right, Lucy? She's asleep on the chair over there. I was like, we're doing a cat thing. She's asleep anyway. So anyway, if you're noticing that your feline companion is misbehaving a little bit when you're gone for a little longer than usual, it's because they miss you. So just why are you leaving your house? Really? I mean, why are you doing that? I'm just kidding. Just never leave your house again, even after this is all over. Just stay home. You're inconveniencing your pet. What kind of a cat? No, you get the idea, though. So that's interesting. And yeah, and I've noticed, and I've said this on the show before, Lucy is becoming more dog-like, because a dog, whenever you leave, like sometimes a dog, they think you're not coming back. Like they get really stressed out. And I've seen it. I mean, there's some dogs, especially like bigger dogs. Like I remember friends of ours, like family friends of ours, they live in Florida, and we were visiting them once, and they have this like big husky, and it's the most beautiful dog and such a sweet dog. But that dog, like when you leave, that dog just loses it. Like the dog, like you thought, oh man, like you almost, I mean, you felt guilty as hell for going anywhere. This dog would just go ape, man. And so anyway, like a lot of dogs, they think you're never coming back and they get really stressed out. Cats, on the other hand, they know you're coming back. I mean, as this study reveals, they miss you, which I knew that beforehand. Because, yeah, when I'm gone for a while, Lucy has her typical habits. And, my wife would verify this. After a while, she goes and she'll meow at the door because she wants me to come home. After a couple days, she's like, well, where is he? When's he coming back? He needs to come back now. I'm ready for him to come back. Pasta from the Convo Couch, who is Lucy's number one pet sitter. He'll vouch for that as well. He'll be like, yeah, dude, after a couple days, she gets a little cranky and she wants you to come home. And it's almost like she's yelling at me to make you come home. She'll be like, meow. And it's like, get him home now. What's he doing? Tell him he needs to be here. So yeah, cats, they miss you. CNN just verified it. And man, if it has CNN's stamp of approval, guys, what more do you need? That's CNN. That's, yeah. But no, it's cool. It is a cool study. And yeah, so keep that in mind during this quarantine season. Whenever you go shopping a little longer than usual to get your essentials, your cat might miss you a little bit. They might miss you a little more than usual because these are crazy times.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our